I served for 10 years in the British Army as a member of the Royal Green Jackets. In 1991, whilst in Belfast, I was blown up by the IRA. Woke up 4 days later and the first thing a nurse said was, "Darren, do you know what you've lost?" I was 26 years old. The decision to be discharged, that was my choice. I was definitely an infantryman, and my life up to that point had been digging holes and living in ditches and stuff like that. I didn't see myself sitting there watching all the lads going out. I've carried on that, adventure stuff, that journeying stuff. I've carried that on. And the Spey trip is one of those things that we do every year where we carry on that journey. The physical journey of 74 miles from Lockhinch to Spey Bay, for the new guys, it perhaps will be the first time they've been involved in something like this since leaving the military.
I was posted to 2 Royal Welsh who were deployed to Iraq into the middle of the city at Basra Palace, April 2007. One minute I was walking along, thinking away to myself about what I was about to be doing, and the next minute, the loudest bang flash you've ever heard in your life, and I was laying on my backside in sort of considerable pain.
Spencer's journey would have been from his point of injury all the way through to the different roles, the different parts of his care, eventually back to UK, repatriation back to UK, Selly Oak, Heavycourt, back and forth, back and forth. But there will come a time when that's it. They'll say, right, we can't do any more for you there, that's it, that's as far as it can go. He's then released into the wild, into Civvy Street. I knew nothing about Civvy Street. I couldn't even spell mortgage, and it was quite a culture shock really to be released and not have that camaraderie, the guys, that system to fall back on, those people that essentially looked after you. That's a strange time.
I've never achieved fully fitness again. I probably wouldn't go on tour again or exercise again. If I'm not discharged from the army, I will discharge myself.
All right.
I've always been the fit guy, the active guy, the rugby player, the sportsman, the guy that does it all, and that's always been a big part of my career. I was a 22-year man, and I was going to do my career, I was going to do well. Now that's been cut 8, 9 years short.
Smile! All the niggas on the right. Hey, come on.
I didn't really know what was happening to me. Lack of sleep, nightmares, night sweats, probably consumption of alcohol, using it to self-medicate, to help me sleep, to block out the imagery that was coming into my mind. Had some traumatic experiences from my service in the Royal Marines and Northern Ireland. The trauma and the effects of trauma were always there. However, they were sort of bubbling sort of below the surface.
That'll do. That's good, nice one. Okay, it's going to be rocky, this.
I realised that I had some mental health issues, which now has been diagnosed as chronic post-traumatic stress disorder.
I've got I'm on the music now. Take the higher on. looker.
We're out there doing something that we would have done when we were able-bodied. Be it with people with a physical injury or with combat stress, whatever it might be. Says that there's people going back to doing something similar, if not the same as what they did before their injury.
Yeah, it's just we'll start hearing the sea and all that after that.
It gives you a chance to speak to guys that have experienced what you've experienced and just genuinely get away and have a good time. It's all about having a good time. I think it's nice to hear the old stories about what they used to get up to, and you can bounce off your stories and hear about what they're doing once they've left the services. It's also quite therapeutic for the likes of me, who will be getting out soon, to hear that what they're doing now, and you know, life goes on.
This is 4 years after my breakdown. Very frightened, didn't know how I'd be perceived within this group. I consider myself one of the lucky ones that I'm able-bodied. This week, coming up here alone, not knowing any of the guys here, and from the second I got here, being welcomed, accepted within a group, without question. Even after injury, whether it be mental or physical, there is hope and life can get better. Some guys here that have totally inspired me.
He's got these.